Have a drink, have a drink, have a drink with me. You already know who it is. It's your man's J Hemi. I am Soul Brothas. This is Soul Brothas. And we're back again with another one. We operating, we working, we out here. Engage with us. Comment, subscribe. Do all you know you can do. We want to hear from you. We do want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to see who the supporters are, and I want to see who tuning in. You know, get to know us better, get to know you better. But you already know who this show is for. Hell yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to always say it. This show is for all the loafer-heads around the world. Loafers, moccasins, drivers. They switching in and out. Gym shoes one day, loafers the next. Maybe loafers for the full week. This ain't all about completely getting rid of your gym shoes. Because I know everybody like the gym shoes. You like what you like. But you have to switch it up. You cannot. You absolutely cannot do what everybody else is doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, these right here, everybody ain't got these. These right here, everybody don't have that access to these right here. Exclusivity in a time like this is key. Because everything is exposed. People exposing their whole lives in this day and age. They exposing their whole lives. And what this show was for everybody who love exclusivity, who love to look the best and be the best, who love to dominate, who love them double takes at their feet, who love dialogue about where they got something, how they put it together, how great, how good, how sophisticated, how freak nasty, how slick, how player, how grown and sexy, how bold that they look. And this is for everybody else too, who ain't quite found the right pair that fit their style yet, fit their lifestyle, fit what they got going on, fit what they got in their wardrobe. But understand, there is a pair out there for you. There is. So the next time you at the shopping mall, next time you at the plaza, online, whatever you're doing, you choose the right pair. Or even if you just take interest and you say, you know what, these hard, they full of character, they give me options, I like those. And it's up to you if you're going to buy them. It's up to you if you're going to boss up. That's all up to you. You should want to boss up because you don't understand the boss status these give you. How what these say about you. Everybody don't understand that. And you already know. It's another segment of This It. This It. This It. And this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Why? Why would they do that? Why would you choose that? Why would you buy that? Why would you take a picture in those? Why would you put poor quality for other people to make poor decisions? Why is you influencing people to be influenced to put some bullshit on their feet or to wear some bullshit? This ain't it. This ain't it. And today, what do I have? Now, I've addressed this before. The most important aspect of a loafer is the shape. You want to have an aerodynamic shoe. You see, if you ever see a shape of a plane, it's slick, it's sleek, it's narrow. That's how you want your loafer to be. Now, you don't want to have boat-shaped shoes. Boats, don't get me wrong, speedboat comes narrow and everything like that, but your typical boat is bulky, is wide. This is an example of that. So we're going to break this down, because this shoe has some great character. It has great consistency. But it's just one single thing that got me on the fence and that got me on edge. Because this is a shoe that you got to be precarious with. You can't just put anything on. You have to be very careful about what the hell you put on with these shoes, because it doesn't look good with everything. For example, a long sleeve shirt. You want to avoid a long sleeve with these type of loafers. You want to avoid that completely. It won't look well. It won't be right. You will look crazy. And you know why? Because there's one feature about this loafer that ruins it for you to have that option and to be able to have that versatility when you're moving throughout your wardrobe. They once again, instead of doing a buckle, there is a trend where you see them trying to establish a gym shoe-like feature on loafers. There's no need for you to have to bend down to tie a knot, to tie a bow tie on top of your loafer. So the material they chose on these, of course, was the right material to use. It's suede. These are suede. Now, there's different grades of suede. Is this the highest of the high? Hell no, it's not the highest of the high. Is it the lowest of the low? No, I'll say this is a mid-grade. This is a mid-grade suede. And they did the right thing by having the stitching color be the same color as the shoe, the foundation of the whole loafer. Like these, you have brown leather with brown suede with brown stitching. You can barely see it. With these, you have that peanut butter color, that beige peanut butter meets brown combination in this color. And guess what? The stitching is the same consistency. Consistency is key. That's in anything you do. And it's the same thing when it comes to these loafers. Now, there's nothing special. It's not they don't have a pointed or rounded front toe on these loafers. They boxed. So anytime you have that boxed front toe on a loafer, you have to be careful, because now the jeans you choose or the pants you choose, whatever, shorts, you have to make sure it flows with the dynamics of this loafer. And there's nothing really bold going on. The only bold feature that they did was this damn string. This damn knitted string that you have to use to get more of a animated look to the shoe. Because what this was made to do was to provide some animation to the shoe, to make it more lively. Because it is bland. It's a bland, navy colored, basic loafer. I mean, this is your basic loafer without minus this gym shoe like string in them. This is a basic loafer. It has nice material, it has a nice solid base color, and it's just that it's like beginners. It's for beginners. I would say this is a beginner's loafer. Now, the combination of blue and white in that string that was knitted and that's woven throughout the shoe, that comes around to the front, that's nice. That's a nice combination. I'm not going to convict them of the way they put it together. I'm convicting them on the fact they put it on this one, and that the fact that it is a shoestring. It's essentially a shoestring, and these are not gym shoes. You cannot continue to do this. I really feel that this should be prohibited. This should be banned. This should not be allowed, man. It shouldn't. It disrespects the loafer. That's why we have buckles. Buckles, they're more dominant. Buckles, they give a better status to the loafer. Buckles, more bold, have more character. It's more established. This silly ass shoestring on this loafer is not right. It's not right. And they got it right even on the tips, the metal tips that they have on the shoestring, they got that right. Now that's good for something else, but not for the loafer. Not for the loafer. And like I said, I already know that they have a multi-surface bottom on them. I can tell just by looking at them. So that you don't have that shoe bottom, which is good. But think about when it's time to dress it up. So you have to be very careful. And that's why, for me, these right here, this for the first time in history on the show. This it, but this ain't it. This it, but this ain't it. This it because it's a good loafer. Decent shape. Nice color. Nice color combination. The white and blue shoestrings with the the metal tips, and the way the shoe is shaped along with the box front. The stitching is very important. That's why for me it's like this it, but this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Because it you restrict it, and it won't go well with everything. Short sleeve, you have options, but not plenty. Long sleeve, these won't look. If you wear a long sleeve button up, say if you want to go shirt and tie with some loafers, if you try to attempt to put a shirt and tie on with these loafers, you gonna look like a clown, man. You will look like a clown. Silly, because this string on the loafers gives the loafer a silly characteristic. It looks silly because it's like, why is that there? Like, why is it there? Why? And then even further, why would you buy those? Why would you buy a loafer with that silly ass string on them like that? Just because certain shoes, certain loafers, and it's put off as boat shoes, don't mean that you have to sacrifice style, tradition, and the blueprint. The blueprint is the buckle, or no buckle at all. You have bands, or no band at all. You just have the material. But that's not what they did here. And like I said, as a man, that this wouldn't be a good representation. You couldn't even go out on a first date with these. There's nowhere that these fit but outside doing something out in the environment. But even so, they will only look good with a certain style. So that's why, like, this ain't it. Just one certain style, this will look good with. I couldn't, these off some jeans, I'm talking about the flow, the fluidity. Flow is very important. It's like this shit is like interior design. You know, when you putting together a house on the inside, like from the mirrors to the furniture to the color of the floor to the material whether it's wood, whether you got tile, whether you got ceramic, marble, whatever you got on your floors, to the color of your walls, to the trim of your baseboards, to the molding. If you got crown molding, you know what I'm saying? All that counts. It's the same thing when you doing this game and when you in this game with the loafers. Everything counts. Because this loafer lets me know that I can't go far. I can't go too far. I can't. And this is a style that needs to be prohibited and that needs to be banned from the shelves. I don't want a shoestring on my loafers. You should want shoestrings on your loafers. That's why you have gym shoes. There is more creative ways of giving a loafer character than trying to provide a feature and an element that was never meant for the blueprint of the loafer, of the moccasin, of the driver. Or three. So when these manufacturers are putting together these loafers, they need to get away from that. When these designers is designing a loafer, they need to get away from that. You got to get away from that. Because it makes no sense. It serves no purpose. Because loafers are fitted. You choose the right one, you get the right size, and it fits perfectly on your foot and around it. And it holds and contains the foot perfectly. There's no need for adjustment. No need. And you're able to walk, run, jog, whatever, in the right pair, like these or like these. You want a loafer that feels like it's a part of your foot. So, at the same time, this shoestring, this woven string that they have in there, it's not right. Now, I give you this. If they wouldn't have did the tying of the bow in the front and they just had the string in there, they just had the woven string around the back half of the shoe, where they like near the Achilles, around the back half, right? If they would have just went with that and left out the bow, left out the tying, that feature and that action of having to tie that, I would say that this is it. I would say this is it. That would make me say this is it, but it's not it. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. And be careful, because like I said, it looks good. It's a good looking shoe, but you have to be careful. It looks good, but it ain't good. Because as you know, what look good ain't good for you, and this won't be good for you. This won't be good for you, and that's my take on these. You already know, Soul Brothas, Instagram, Soul Brothas, Facebook, Soul Brothas, YouTube. Go subscribe to our channel. Tag us at One Soul Brothers. That's how you tag me on Facebook, at One Soul Brothers. That's how you tag me on Instagram. And as far as YouTube, we ain't gonna never stop. We just waiting on y'all to catch up. And once y'all catch up and catch on, you'll be given a game and you will know what to do. And we ain't here to misguide you. And like I said, who better give you the game than the man from Detroit? Believe that. Believe that. We got this popping. So that's why this is a perfect fit for me to get a game to you, coming from the place that I come from. We do this. This ain't nothing new. But as always, thank y'all for tuning in, and we love y'all.